that stronger economy.
Order. I call the honourable member Andrew Little.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, today has been, in this House, has been a day of fantasy land. This hasn't been a budget about New Zealand and its future. This hasn't been a budget about growth. This has been a budget about picking away at the most trivial issues in this country. This is not a budget for growth, and it certainly isn't, as the last speaker said, a budget for the people. It's been a budget for a very small number of people, but not for the people who are struggling and hurting in this country today. This has not been a budget to grow the economy. Let's recall what the challenges are that we have at the moment. So we have a country where the net Crown debt is about $50 billion. We have a budget that has a deficit now for the financial year that we're talking about of $9 billion. We are steadily heading towards a net Crown debt of over $70 billion. And what do we have? The removal of a tax credit for 68,000 kids that's going to raise $14 million. $14 million when the problem is $70 billion big. This is not a government taking this country and this economy seriously. It is a waste of time. We've got a country with the slowest growth ever, with wage growth stagnant, with a real economy that simply is not working and getting smaller. We have a government whose own projections are showing an economy in crisis. And what do they want to do? Cut a tax credit worth $14 million. And I think we could have expected better. We were entitled to expect better. This is a budget. Now, talk about the people on the street. The Herald is now reporting. The New Zealand Herald, that balanced, august piece of journalism in this country, is now reporting that this is a budget that has either disappointed or not even registered the interest of 70% of New Zealanders. That's how this budget has attracted the attention of New Zealand, a budget that has done nothing by a do-nothing government. The New Zealand Herald described it this morning in anticipation as the J. Alfred Prufrock love song budget, the great piece of poetry by T.S. Eliot. And it was described that way because that poem describes eking out coffee spoon by coffee spoon. Actually, there's another line in it. There's another line of that poem that says, I grow old, shall I wear my trousers rolled? Do I dare to eat a peach? Because this is a budget about trivialities. This is a government whose ministers and whose members could not care about what is happening to people who are struggling, who do not get pay increases, who are struggling to make ends meet. And all they are concerned about is taking a bit of extra money off the kids out of their pockets, taking their pocket money and making it harder for everyone. Their only strategy, apart from reducing government revenue and increasing its debt, is to sell off the revenue-generating assets that it owns. Selling the revenue-generating assets that it owns. Oh, that's the big strategy. And don't need to do that. We're not into the practices of the Tory rich. We don't do that.
Order. I'm sorry to interrupt the member, but I'd like to refer the members on my right and on my left to Speaker's ruling 60/5 about interjections. I call the honourable member Andrew Little.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I could barely hear myself speak. Sir, the greatest travesty in this government, and there are many of them, let's face it, but the greatest travesty just today is the reaffirmation of a policy that is about continuing the bankrupt policies for this country. So now they want to take the great blue-chip revenue-generating assets of the country and they're going to proceed down the path of selling them. And they've now introduced this new fund they're going to put it into. So having told the public they're going to sell these assets and pay down some debt, now we've got a new fund that the sort of best guess of $5 billion or $6 billion or $7 billion is going to go into. And now we're going to repaint the schools and we're going to upgrade the hospitals. Not a single revenue-generating asset amongst them. So we'll destroy the balance sheet, we'll lose the revenue, and we'll be no better off. What a crooked government. What a crooked thing to tell the people of New Zealand. when we are looking for some hope and looking for some vision, and a budget that offers neither, and a budget that offers nothing else. And the only other revenue-generating measure they've got is to increase the price of smokes, to put the smokes up, because this is a government that's about to go up in smoke. They'll do that, but it won't raise much. Sure, people will stop smoking. It might help the health statistics a little bit better, but it's not going to fix the core problem, because this government doesn't have an idea about investing in productive activity and investing in the productive investment sector to get real growth, to get jobs that are high-skilled jobs, high-wage jobs that are going to make a difference to people, that are going to give people a chance to get ahead. They are interested in the low-value jobs. They don't mind. They don't mind when the foreign direct investment is about simply substituting for investment we've already got and promoting and encouraging low-value jobs. Ours is a party that wants to do the opposite. Encourage investment in good skill, high skill, good jobs, and increase the wage base, not see good New Zealand workers going overseas. This is a budget, and these are measures about driving more Kiwis offshore. And can we please have a government that can leave the kids alone, leave their pocket money alone, and when it comes to them being in the classroom, leave them with their good quality teachers. Don't jam more kids in the classroom, put the teachers under more stress and make it harder for them. That's not going to help anybody. That's not part of the high-wage, high-skill economy. That's the old way. Tired old government, and it's only in a second term, tired old government, no new ideas, but fleece the kids, make it harder for the kids and harder for the families. What a travesty. What a tragedy. And they know it. And they know it. They sit in the back rows and they run out of words because they have no argument to defend it. They have no arguments to defend it. This is not a great day. They sit there, cheer on the ringmaster, but the rest of us know the joke is on us. They're the clowns and we're meant to laugh. But the joke is on the rest of New Zealand. The joke is on the rest of New Zealand, because this is a government that has introduced the zero budget that will take us nowhere. We've got a zero. We are debating a zero bill, like the Finance Minister, a zero bill, part of a zero budget that will take us absolutely nowhere. And they know it. They know it because order, how do they get, and they hate it. Well, this is not good, Mr. Speaker, and we will debate every measure because it is important that every New Zealander knows. The 70% who are disappointed in it or don't even know about it will know that this government has gone off them, doesn't care about them, will take the money out of their kids' back pockets, will jam more teachers and more kids in the classrooms, take away their teachers, reduce the skills of their teachers, and we will just wave more good Kiwis as they go to the airports, pay their departure taxes, take the poisoned fruit into Australia because we don't have any biosecurity here, and we will wave them goodbye. And that is the tragedy for New Zealand. A government that offers no hope, no real measures, and nothing for the working Kiwi. And they are looking hard, because the thing about this side of the house is we rub shoulders with them, and they are looking for something better. And they are looking to Labor and the parties of the opposition to say, you parties offer us real hope. We don't want the party of the rich anymore, taking the money out of our kids' pockets. We don't want the party of the rich doing down our teachers, jamming more kids in the classrooms. We want something better, and they will get it better, Mr. Speaker, and we will have this debate, and we will work to make this country a better place, that kids can grow up in confidence. They know when they do their paper rounds and do the gardening and mow the lawns for the old ladies, they will reap the benefits and the rewards of their labour, and they will learn what being good citizens is about, unlike the members opposite. And we will have that debate, and we will remind New Zealand that we offer a better chance and a better country.
Order. Can I just remind members regarding interjections that running commentaries are out of order. Interjections be rare and reasonable. I ask members to have a look at Speaker's Ruling 60/5, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You might learn something. I call the Honourable Member Maggie Barry.